Thank you very much for coming for my show. And but first of all, I want to thank to Bridget, to Linda, where's Linda, and Lisa, who is still sick, and Chloe. Thanks to them, this show is now reality. You know, it's you can see this work. This is my special work because this show stemmed from my passion to nature. As a physicist, what Bridget mentioned, I study Aurora Borealis in the University of Calgary for many years, specializing in complexity science and chaos theory and so on and so on. And passion or interest maybe in psychology, because later I shift from physics to psychology. And I was very interested in this behavior or growth, emotional growth of young people and others. And also included in this exhibition a deep reflection on the I Ching. This small book, a concise book, the Pocket I Ching, was companion for me for many, many months, especially winter months. I couldn't observe flowers, but then I can go to the book and reflect and analyze and study the meaning of description of hexagrams. I will explain you what means this hexagram. But this book, a special book, is translated by Richard Wilhelm. Richard Wilhelm was the German expert of Chinese language, Chinese literature, culture, and he was one of the first who brought this wisdom from Eastern to Western world, and enormously influenced Carl Jung. Carl Jung, when studying this, he was fascinated. And these two men cooperate later on many projects connected with the Chinese work, Chinese wisdom. And even Carl Jung wrote introduction to first edition of the I Ching in 1924. And I want to read one sentence from this introduction written by Carl Jung. He said, the I Ching, like a part of nature, it waits until it is discovered. It offers neither fact nor power, but for lovers of self-knowledge, of wisdom, it seems to be the right book. And this was the right book for me. I love this book. They gave me not only inspiration for doing these collages, what you see here, but also give me insight to journey, to look at my life, all my decisions, all my choices, all my difficulties in life through this insight of this I Ching. And even based on this, I wrote a small book, Feeling Life, Patterns of Emotions, when I included small chapters about this decision and so on, and I borrow even name of hexagrams as a title for these chapters. For example, breakthrough, resolving chaos, holding together, and so on and so on. Then it's an enormous inspiration for me. What's happened? What is hexagram? These hexagrams are explained or show different situation what we as a human experience during our life. For example, like I mentioned already, this making decision. For example, breaking bad habits or feeling love to somebody and many other things. But how, okay, now I want to give a little bit introduction how this hexagram emerged through many decade, years, because this is the oldest Chinese book, 3,000 years ago, the emerging slowly. The fundamental block for this hexagrams is yin-yang, broken, unbroken line. Two forces which are opposed to each other, but complementary. Like, for example, female, male, darkness, light, hardness, softness, and so on and so on. Then these two forces are constantly interact with each other and creating wholeness. Through century, through many, many years, thinking mature. And what's happened? This yin-yang started transform to the diagrams. Diagrams which represent 8 forces of nature. And here, on this exhibition, you will see these 8 forces of nature. This is the, for example, here, first group of nature is the called this fundamental forces, is the sky or heaven and earth. They're fundamental. Everything happened between sky and earth, all existence. Sky is our awareness, is a time, is symbolize strength, power, inspiration. Earth is much calmer, is a space, is our will, and represent, symbolize acceptance, represents security, adaptability, my pronunciation, adaptability. The next group is the fire and water. This fire represent thinking, symbolize intelligence, represent our passion, but also attachment, because fire to be need attached to something. Water is our soul, is a journey, is the uncertainty and sometimes even anxiety. In back of the gallery is 2 more beautiful forces. Is the mountain. Mountain is the body. It represents rest, represents stability, wisdom, and lake, beautiful lake, which represents feeling. When you go to the forest and see lake, how we feel? We feel calmness, we have tranquility, but also joy. And here 2 more on this windows is, we call this dynamic forces. One force is the thunder. Thunder is the spirit, is awakening, is the excitement, and wind, which is much delicate, is our sensing, is a gentleness, politeness, only active when combining with another forces is more what we can experience, much stronger wind. Then what happened next? You already learned about these 8 forces, but again, it's an emergence. Then what's happened next? Next, this wise man, Chinese man, 1,000 years ago, say, okay, but human is much complex. This what we observe in nature. Human has inner world and external, how we observe, how they behave. Then they combine these forces in the pair. Then now we have 64 hexagrams. Hexagram means 6 lines. Lower part of this hexagram means inner world or subjectivity. This is what we experience. The people don't know what you feel, Krystyna. But on the top, we have this 3 lines which express how we behave to the external world. And when I was thinking about this exhibition, I was thinking how to present the best way the 64 pieces. Then I decided to divide it into 8 groups. Each group has inner word the same. The 3 lines on the bottom is the same. And for example, here in this group, you can see all hexagrams with the inside heaven. When we have heaven, we are able to make proper decision in life. We inspire others, yeah? We have heaven inside. Second group is the earth. When I created these collages, I always thought about my mother, because this was the person who had this earth inside. She was accepting everybody. She understands our feeling. She bringing this security and harmony in our family. And this is exactly not this is a fire, but this one is with the earth inside. And when you go through, you can read the description of this, what means, for example, if we have inside fire, or if we have inside thunder, and so on. I don't want to give you more and more, but I only encourage you, then if you go through and you really like some hexagram, this book is a guidance for this exhibition. Then it is a number, and then you check in what is the meaning of this hexagram. Okay? Then please feel free to enjoy exhibition, and if you have any question, please ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you.